city has in implementing laws that may be in conflict with the California Motor Vehicle Code.
Sorry for.
The City Council will consider adopting an e-bike ban on all city trails by February because people have complained about on their trails. A French bulldog stolen in a violent attack on the hills above West Hollywood has been returned to its owner.
The dog's owner, Robert Marinelli, says a woman who had the dog reached out to him. He and his partner went with police to pick the dog up. When the dog was stolen, Marinelli was attacked by a man who got out of a car. He was then dragged behind that car as he was chasing after his dog. He says he's still sore from the attack on Tuesday.
I can't really get up and down out of a chair yet, and need help getting dressed.
Marinelli says he will no longer be walking his dog in the neighborhood. He says he and his partner are considering moving. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
And the 133rd Tournament of Rose Parade just kicked off in the past few minutes. A performance from Grammy-winning singer Leanne Rimes. Going on right now, the large crowds in Pasadena have lined up on the sidewalk to watch the floats, marching bands, and equestrian teams in the New Year's Day tradition that was canceled last year due to COVID-19. This year's parade theme is Dream, Believe, Achieve. We are headed out to Atwater Village for a stall on the 5.
Glendale Boulevard, it's a stall big rig, and you'll be stepping your brakes as you approach there. Porter Ranch on the 118 westbound at Tampa Avenue. There's a crash that's along the right shoulder and possibly some debris that's in the carpool lane, so watch for slowing as you approach there. And on the 710 southbound, the off-ramp in Pasadena, that's going to be closed off due to the Rose Parade, and you can expect that to reopen for you at around 10 a.m. today. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines the prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. You pay just $30 for a month's supply. And right now, get your first online doctor's visit totally free when you go to fullhims.com/joy. That's right, free. Zero copay, no expensive appointments, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. Hims connects you to doctors online who can evaluate you and, if appropriate, prescribe your ED medication. And a pharmacy sends it right to your door. Hims makes it affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
Southline weather from KFI, mostly sunny and cool for the start of a new year. Morning temperatures in the valleys and Inland Empire in the 50s. Later in the afternoon, a slight warm-up with highs in the upper 50s. A chilly morning in Metro LA and Orange County. Right now, highs in the low 40s. But later this afternoon, a bit warmer with highs just below 60 degrees. Mid-40s at the beaches this morning. Later today, mostly sunny with highs in the upper 50s. Taking a look at some of the temperatures right now. 49 degrees in Laguna Beach. Tustin 46. Gardena, 48, also 48 in West Hollywood. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom on Jane Yamamoto.
This is Handle on the Law, marginal legal advice where I tell you you have absolutely no case. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com. And if you're a lawyer and want to join our team, because people desperately need your help, go to handleonthelaw.com and click on the Join Today tab at the top of the page. The following is a pre-recorded program. All right, time for some fun lawsuits. The United States of America Pageants is being sued, and they run pageants all over the country, is being sued by a beauty queen contender by the name of Anita Green, who is biologically a male and transgender, and has been denied a chance to compete in the Miss Oregon pageant, and says, hey, you're discriminating against me, and what they're saying is, look at the rules. And what the lawsuit is about is claiming discrimination, of course, and attempting to force the pageant to change its rules. And if you look at the pageant's website and look at the rules, under eligibility requirements, number one, you have to be age between 13 and 17. 2, a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, permanent residency. Is a resident, works, or go to school in the state they are competing for. A natural-born female, has never posed in nude in the film or print media, is single, not married, never been married, has never given birth. And there it is, the natural-born female. In other words, you have to be a female, obviously. No, not obviously, but you have to be a female because it's a beauty queen pageant. And you have to be born a female. And they're suing. She's suing, claiming gender discrimination. Sure, why not? That's a fun one, isn't it? All right, let's take some phone calls. Hey, Mark. Welcome to Handle on the Law.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Okay, I have what I call a property dispute with a twist. And I think I should get to the twist part first. And the twist is that my neighbor, who I believe is doing building modifications to his home without city permits, which affect my backyard, works for the city. And
okay, wait a second. Well, it affects your backyard how? How so?
Try to picture this, Bill. The way our neighborhood is set up, the garages are all at the back of the lot. There's a long driveway going to our garages, and each one of us, one wall of our backyard is our neighbor's garage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Can you picture that?
Yeah, I can. All right. So, what is he do? What is he doing that interferes? Or forget about the illegal part of it right now. What does he do that interferes with your enjoyment of your property?
For starters, he has not maintained his garage in 30 years.
That's his issue.
The stucco is falling down in my backyard. He hasn't painted it. The roof is crumbling.
I think
it's just a ghetto-looking
okay, but hang on.
pile of crap.
But hang on a minute. Is it the property line, or is it just inside his property line? Do you know?
Well, look, it's his garage, Bill, and that's the question
It doesn't matter. If it's inside his property line, in other words, you have a survey, let's say it comes out, right? And there you are looking at the survey, and you look at his garage. Is it on the wall itself? Is it the determination line, or is it just inside his property? And that's critical, by the way.
That's why I'm calling you. I have to believe the garage is on his property,
if that's
not
the case,
on the line.
If that's the case, he can do whatever the hell he wants with it. He can let it rot. He can do whatever he wants because that's his property.
So, okay, that's bad news for me, but there's more that I need to ask you about.
All right.
Okay. So, also in the same backyard, he has built a bootleg room, okay? He's done major remodeling to his home, all without city permits.
How does that affect you?
He put because the bootleg room is an eyesore in my backyard. And it's termite, okay? This is a lawless neighbor, and now I want to get to the meat of the issue.
Which is?
Go ahead. He works for the city. He's a big wig with the city. The city does all this without building permits.
How do you know?
The city's been ignoring. Go ahead.
How do you know he's without building permits?
I just know.
How? How do you know
that?
How do you know that?
Because I've gone to the city planning desk and I've said, is there a building permit for this address? And they say no.
Okay. So he is violating the city code, and it's an eyesore, which is allowed to do, and it is infested, which is allowed to do, by the way. You can have all the termites you want, all the rats you want in your house. And he's building without a permit, and the city won't do anything about it. Okay? Which the city can or cannot do. And he's a bigwig with the city, and unfortunately, they have a right to enforce or not enforce. Now, you can go, when you talk about a bigwig with the city, what kind of job does he have?
He's the assistant for one of 5 city council members.
Ah, yeah, that's a big issue. That is a big issue. Well, you may just have to suck it up. You can file a lawsuit and force the issue, maybe. But I think you're going to have to prove that you, in fact, are harmed in a major way by him doing it. The fact that he's violating doesn't matter, because that's between him and the city. The fact that it looks horrible right next to your yard, that's his issue, or that's your issue that you just don't like it. He's allowed to do that. So you've got an interesting situation on your hands. All you can do, I think in the end, all you can do is try to file a lawsuit and have a court enforce the issue and have the court order building and safety to enforce its law. And I don't even know if they're going to do that. And the reason is that the courts give administrative agencies, which in this case is building and safety, planning permit people, a lot of leeway. They have to act so crazy, and here they're not acting so crazy. They're just not enforcing. And it's not a question of not enforcing where neighbors are in danger. That's just very bad luck to have a guy next to you who does this. All right. Scott, welcome to Handle on the Law.
Yes, I have quite a few moving parts here for you. So I'm just finished 16 months of a bankruptcy. I'm about to pay my fees and get a discharge. I was in a 20-year marriage. She was originally on the bankruptcy, but due to the situation where she's at, the courts kicked her out, so the bankruptcy was solely in my name.
Okay.
There were 3 homes. She got one, I got one, and she lost hers, but her name is still on the deed, and then I took care of the bankruptcy.
Okay, hang on. She lost wait a sec. She lost the house, but her name is still on the deed.
On the house that I'm in, because
okay, so she owns. Okay, so she owns half your house. Okay.
Yes, the one I'm in.
Right.
Yes, her name's still on that deed because bankruptcy court trumps divorce court. So now that I'm getting discharged with her name on the deed of the house that I saved in the bankruptcy, and it was a cram down loan, is she still entitled to half the equity, or is she liable?
Yeah. No, I think she owns half the house, and if she doesn't want to pay, then the house just goes. And you could theoretically sue her, but there's no agreement that she pays half of the mortgage. All the bankruptcy does is relieve you from paying the mortgage. And if it turns out that you lose the house, you lose the house. They just can't go after you. If you discharge the home in bankruptcy, then you don't owe anybody anything. But let me get this straight. You kept the house, so that is not part of your bankruptcy. Is that correct?
No, it's part of it. It's quite involved. There's a lot of
okay, you know what? So at this point, you know what? It's above my pay grade, because now you're talking about an intricate bankruptcy issue, and it's just, it's one of those things where, what am I going to tell you? Go see a bankruptcy attorney, because what ends up happening? People call me, and as soon as someone said, there's a lot of complicated moving parts, legal parts here. What do you think I'm going to do? I throw up my hands and go, okay, it's time for a specialist. It's like going to, you know what it is? It's like going to a general practitioner, your internist, and you have something that has gone wrong with a knee operation, and it's a rare a disorder or a very rare occurrence, happens to 1 in 100,000 people, and you need a super specialist, even beyond your normal orthopedic surgeon. And you go to your internist and say, hey, what do you think? What do I know? That demands a specialty within a specialty. This is Handle on the Law.
I'm Jane Yamamoto, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Ohio State Buckeyes will take on Utah Utes when the 108th Rose Bowl game gets underway this afternoon. Both team coaches were optimistic the surging coronavirus pandemic would not affect the game. The current surge in new COVID cases and hospitalizations is the reason the city of Hermosa Beach is limiting its in-person city services until January 10th. And funeral services for South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu taking place today in Cape Town. The cathedral can hold 1,200 worshipers, but only 100 mourners were allowed to attend the funeral because of COVID-19 restrictions. You drive on the 5 when we return.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this is not a loan. This is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money. And what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com. It's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. InnovationRefunds.com. They help me. I'm sure they can help you. InnovationRefunds.com.
Taking you out to Atwater Village, where a big rig on the 5 now cleared.
That's northbound at Glendale Boulevard has been moved out of the right lane. Traffic has recovered there. Costa Mesa on the 405 northbound at the 55. Watch out for a crash that's blocking the second lane to the left. You're tapping your brakes as you approach. And in the San Bernardino National Forest on the 18th, both directions shut down in between Old Waterman Canyon and the 138 due to, and it's going to be long term due to the roadways severely damaged from the earlier rainstorms this week. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Hot and Buttery Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich. It's better breakfast o'clock at Wendy's because it all starts with a better biscuit. Get hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuits made with oven-baked bacon or savory sausage, fresh cracked egg, and cheese. So don't risk your biscuit. Get Wendy's instead. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that the widely used non-contact thermometers are not accurate and have high probabilities for false negative readings. On top of that, they have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters most. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Don't wait. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
No one's trying to be unsafe online, but during the holidays, when you give up info and privacy, you may give up safety too.
Except cookies to get holiday cookies?
Norton 360 with LifeLock helps keep your digital world merry and bright with device security, a VPN for privacy, identity theft protection, and more. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can opt in to cyber safety. Visit norton.com/join and save 25% or more off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock.
If you're with Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, you're paying too much for your wireless service. Because Pure Talk gives you the exact same 5G coverage as one of those big carriers on the exact same network, but saves the average family over $800 a year. And Pure Talk doesn't lock you into an overpriced, unlimited data contract. Why pay for data you don't need? Instead, get unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month. And switching is so easy. You can keep your phone and keep your number, or get huge discounts on the latest iPhones and Androids. So what are you waiting for? Start saving today. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say switch now, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, say switch now. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from Pure Talk. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
The smell was so repulsive and overpowering. Undaunted, I kept looking for the source of that awful stench. Hello, I'm John Aquarian, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I was 18 and I needed to earn enough money to buy some good, reliable tools. Digging trenches was honest work and it paid $35 a day. So I did it. My client's main line had collapsed and the sewage gas was overwhelming. My eyes watered, but I couldn't leave my client in that condition. I learned my work ethic from my father, who was the hardest working man I ever met. When I started Rooter Hero Plumbing, I brought that work ethic to the company. We will never leave you without solving your problem. That's why my cell phone number is on the back of every Rooter Hero business card. Call us at 866-GREEN-77 and we'll cable that line for $77. That's 866-GREEN-77. Thank you.
CL 1028886.
Hello?
Hi, Tiffany. I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and I'm calling to give you a random act of helpfulness.
Really?
Yeah, we heard you could use our help decorating for the holidays.
Well, my daughter, she's been fighting cancer for the past 2 years because of her immune system. She hasn't really been able to see the Christmas lights. Bringing the festivities to her, I think it would just lift her spirits and make her feel special.
Well, Honda would like to help. We're going to get your house all decorated for your daughter.
Thank you so much. She's gonna love it. Oh my God.
Today, we help the family get in the holiday spirit. And we can help you too, with great deals on select certified pre-owned Hondas, like 0.99% APR financing and 24/7 roadside assistance. Visit SoCalHondaDealers.com to find a helpful Honda dealer near you. Well-qualified buyers on approved credit through Honda Financial Services. Roadside assistance available for the duration of the certified pre-owned limited warranty. Tiffany is a real person and was paid to be on the radio.
Every family should have a living trust, but not everyone wants to hire an expensive attorney and pay thousands of dollars to set one up. That's why you should use Laguna Legal. Laguna Legal is a California-based legal document service that can set up your living trust for just $950. A complete estate plan for just $950. Laguna Legal makes the process of legal paperwork simple, smooth, and affordable. With their affordable living trust package, you'll have everything you need to protect your family from probate and avoid inheritance taxes. Laguna Legal also specializes in divorce mediation, setting up corporations, and preparation of many other legal documents. Laguna Legal offers direct electronic recording services throughout the U.S. For more information on a $950 complete estate plan or to access the online questionnaire, visit LagunaLegalHelp.com. That's LagunaLegalHelp.com or call 800-915-2345. 800-915-2345. The employees of Laguna Legal are not attorneys and cannot give legal advice. They are bonded and certified legal document assistants. Laguna Legal works closely with several attorneys who can give you the legal advice you need. Call 800-915-2345.
Voucher and maximum tax deduction. 1-877 cars for kids. Donate your car to it.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk.
Got no regard for the sickness, we don't understand. Got no fear of the underdog.
Welcome back to Handle on the Law, marginal legal advice. Tara, hello Tara, welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
yeah, you
sound
like a plantation, you know that. That's a Gone with the Wind joke. Okay, let's go on. Okay. All right, what can I do for you, Tara?
Okay, so basically, sorry, Phil. I wanted to present this to you to see what you think about it. I went into a gas station car wash, and I pulled forward into it a little bit more than I usually do, but it's because there was a long line. So then, when it was starting to go through, it was I stopped and I was waiting for the attendant guy to come over, and he's like, okay, well, I just need you to back up more, and then you could go through. And I was like, I'm not gonna back up because I'm already like into your car wash.
Why wouldn't you back up when he tells you to back up? Tara, why would, if a gas station guy, when he says back up, right, a guy who works there says back up, why would you refuse to back up?
Because because you put your tires into those like little frame lines,
right? I know.
And I knew I didn't want to mess up my car or anything. So
you wouldn't have messed up your car. No, you wouldn't have messed it up. No, you don't mess them up. You just go back over the little bump. That's all you do. It's not as if you're going. It's not as if they're going in one of those driveways that have a reverse. A little, whatever they call those things where it's severe tire damage, those little poles, whatever they call them. But there's no potential for damage if you back up. And so my question is, why?
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
So I was going back and forth with the guy for a good while about it, and I wouldn't. So then they had the other attendants around my car, and then they're like, you have to back up your car because we're not going to let you pull forward. And I was like, well, here's my card, just run it through again, and we'll, and that way I could just proceed forward because I don't want to back up with, like, you know, and damage my car or something. They're like,
Why did you think? Wait a second. Why did you think your car was going to be damaged if you backed up? Where was that idea?
Because the beginning of the start of their car wash has a bunch of stuff in it already. That's why I'm like, there's already like stuff on the side of me and everything. So I'm like, I'm not gonna back up because I'm not gonna take any chances with messing up my car. And then they're
Wait a minute. I know the way these things work. The brushes are starting to go, and he wants you to back up and start again, and you're saying no?
Yes, because listen, this is what happens. So finally, after they surrounded my car, it forced me to back up after a good while of trying to just get them to run my car again so that it would just go forward. Then I finally back up because by this point they're intimidating me.
Okay, and so what happened? What happened?
So then I back up, and because they're like, there's no rollers behind you, there's no rollers behind you, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. At that point, I didn't know what they were talking about. But so then I back up, and their brush on the side rips my bumper off. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I told you something like this was going to happen, and they're like...
All right, so you want to know if they're responsible for your brush taking off the bumper. That's your question, right?
Semi, yes.
Semi? What's the other part that's not semi?
Okay, they wouldn't, afterwards, they wouldn't let me, because there was a video camera right on top of us to assess the whole thing.
And they wouldn't let you what?
Put it all on camera.
They wouldn't let you what?
They wouldn't let me see the video camera.
They don't have to.
They wouldn't let me see the video camera.
They don't have to. They don't have to show you the video.
No, I know. Yeah, and so I called a police officer, and he was saying, so he finally came down and was like, listen, I've had other problems with the same exact gas station car wash, like this guy's, really crazy, and I would tell you, you need to either handle it in a civil way, like a civil court proceeding, or you should just let your insurance handle it. You're not going to get anywhere.
So what's your question?
So my question is, if I called my insurance and I figured that they would handle it, and I was just like, whatever, like this has already been a nightmare and a half, I don't want to deal with it anymore. And then later, my insurance called me and they're like, okay, well, we're going to hold you responsible for it, and because it's not on your license for years now, and we take
And I would do exactly the same thing because you refuse to comply with their order. And you get to argue that it didn't matter when you ignored them, it would have caused the same damage. So how much damage are we talking about, Paula? How much money are we talking about here?
It was like $2,600.
Okay, why don't you assume a small claims court and just tell your story? I would do it a lot quicker than you're doing it to me, because if I'm the judge, I'm throwing you out in the first 30 seconds. Because you're not doing it quickly, you're not making a lot of sense, you're not being succinct. So if you're going to go to small claims court, which I think is the only avenue you have, because if your insurance company doesn't want to deal with it, saying you were at fault, you're done with your insurance company on that issue. So now the only issue is you taking the car wash to small claims court and telling your story. And the first thing the judge is going to ask you is exactly what I asked you. Why didn't you listen to those guys? And your argument, and the only argument you have is... Your only argument is that it didn't matter whether I listened or not, this damage would have been caused no matter what. So that becomes irrelevant. That's all you have. You do it a lot quicker than that. I got to tell you, judges don't have, as much as I don't have patience with people, and I have a reputation of not having patience with people, this is on a whole different level in front of a small claims judge who is going through 60 cases in the morning, much less what he has to deal with in the afternoon. I've been inside small claims court, man, where you got 30 seconds to state your case. And the judge goes, get to the point, what do you want, what are your damages? All right, we'll take a break. This is Handle on the Law.
I'm Jane Yamamoto. Moto live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Los Angeles County smashed its daily record for coronavirus cases on the final day of 2021 with more than 27,000 new infections reported. Officials advising people to stay away from today's Rose Parade in Pasadena, which kicked off just within the past half hour. Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer said she respected organizers' plans to stage the event as scheduled despite the large crowd it traditionally attracts. At least 9 of Orange County's 25 hospitals have set up surge tents to handle a steady increase of COVID-19 patients.
The latest stats showed the number of people in the hospital for COVID-19 in the county almost doubled from 217 last week to more than 420 this week. OC Deputy Health Officer Dr. Regina Chincio-Kwong says staffing shortages have also impacted wait times at hospitals.
What I'm hearing on the ground anecdotally from clinics and healthcare systems is anywhere from 10 to 15% of their healthcare force being affected by some sort of illness.
She says people can get COVID-19 test results in a couple days with a free at-home test kit available at ocinfo.com/COVID test. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The news brought to you by American Vision Windows. 2 guys have been shot at the Mall of America in Minnesota. The shooting happened around 5 o'clock last night. Apparently, the guys got into a fight with the shooter. The shooter got away. The Sun Valley couple missing with their 3 children have been found. They were being investigated for alleged neglect of their children. Los Angeles police say the mother and the couple's newborn baby both tested positive for cocaine when the child was born 3 weeks ago. They were thought to have taken off from their home. Police said the family was found Friday with the help of the Border Patrol. The parents were not arrested, and police said no criminal charges are pending at this time while the investigation continues. A man has been killed in a car crash on the 10th freeway in West Covina. The crash happened around 11:40 last night near Fort Worth. And that's taking it out to Long Beach on 405.
That southbound at the 710 at the wreck that's along the right shoulder of the 710 southbound connector. So you're tapping the brakes as you try to, as you approach there. In Costa Mesa on the 405 northbound at the 55, there's still traffic blocking the second lane from the left. Fire team around scene trying to get that out of the way. And in Rancho Cucamonga on the 210 westbound at Archibald Avenue. Good news, the wreck has been cleared from the center divider. Traffic has recovered. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
If you're out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues, maybe you've inherited, so you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house, there's never an appraisal, no commissions, and you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just honest folks. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL. 844-242-SELL. Directbuyers.com.
Southline weather from KFI, mostly sunny and cool for the start of the new year. Morning temperatures in the valleys and inland empire in the 50s. Later in the afternoon, a slight warm-up with highs in the upper 50s. A chilly morning in Metro LA and Orange County. Right now, highs in the low 40s. But later this afternoon, a bit warmer. Highs just below 60 degrees. Mid-40s at the beaches this morning. And later today, mostly sunny with highs in the upper 50s. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jane Yamamoto.
The holiday shopping season is almost here, and small business owners need a plan to get those crucial holiday shoppers through their doors. Be sure your plan includes radio ads from iHeartAdBuilder.com. Radio lets you reach customers wherever they go, at home or in their cars. And at iHeart Ad Builder, you can create an affordable custom radio ad right on your phone. Just click, listen, approve, then hear it on air. Get ready for the holidays today with a customized ad from iHeartAdBuilder.com.
In 1982, Melissa Tate identifies Rodney Lincoln as her mother's killer. Then in 2015, Melissa says Rodney didn't do it. On the Real Killer podcast, Leah Rothman reveals what may be a miscarriage of justice.
It was one of the most brutal crimes in St. Louis history. A single mother murdered. Her 2 young daughters barely survived the attack. I'm on a mission to find the real killer.
Listen to The Real Killer on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. There's red, blue,
And then there's you. You're a free thinker and believe the best idea should win, no matter whose idea that is. KFI AM 640 is made for independent thinkers like you. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
On the law. Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure.
I know you're so busy. I'm a cancer patient, but I'm in remission, thank God. I own a condominium. And I wanted to let you know that this neighbor upstairs who's never been in my home turned me into the city that I'm not keeping my place clean. The city sent me a letter saying they want to come in and take a look. And I called the city, what is the complaint against me? Because this woman has never been in my home. She says, I'm blocking an exit. So I live in a condominium, and I have a front door, and I have a sliding glass door.
All right, so what's your question, Debbie?
My question is, after I let them in, because the complaint against me is that I'm blocking an exit.
Right, and are you? Are you blocking an exit?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And I spoke with the man, and he said he just wants to go be real fast to come in, but in reality, we want to look around.
All right.
So if you... Okay, after this is all over, this woman has said I don't wash my toilet bowls because I don't park my car correctly.
By the way, you're allowed to not wash your toilet bowls. You know that, don't you? It's perfectly legal to not wash your toilet bowls. Disgusting, but perfectly legal. So I don't quite know what the city is doing. By the way,
I wash it once a week.
Okay,
when I use the brush.
All right, but Debbie, wait a second. Debbie, okay, I got it. Debbie, listen to me. Debbie, listen to me. Does the city want to go inside your house?
Well, they want to go see if I'm black.
Okay, I got it. So fine, let them come out and look at it. Say I'm not blocking. There you go. All they can do is look at the exits. All they're allowed to do is look to see if you're blocking, so I don't know what they're...
He wants to come in and this is just because
Wait a second.
Never been in
Okay, you're talking about the guy who made the complaint?
No, when I called the city, what complaint is against you?
Who wants to come in the house, Debbie? Who wants to come in your condo?
The city.
You say no, they're not allowed in there. All they can see, all they're allowed to look at is whether you're blocking or not. So you tell the city, hey, you're only concerned with whether I'm blocking. You're not going to come into my house. So you say no. All right?
The guy said that...
It's been a pleasure talking to you, Debbie. It really has. Good God. Where do we go with that one, huh? Oh, yes. Hello, Georgianne. Hi, Georgianne. Yes, it's just disgusting you here. All right, what can I do for you? Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Complicated case of personal injury,
Okay.
animal abuse,
Okay. So, elder abuse, personal injury,
Sausage and Russians on top. Sausage and Russians on top.
I'm sorry, is this part of the record that owned the property? Okay, well,
people here working.
All right, you tell just put the phone up, would you? Put the phone up in the air, okay, so people can hear it. You ready? Let's put it up. Hey, guys, shut up for a minute. it. We're talking. Okay. That could help. All right, Georgianne, let's go.
She won't listen.
All right, well, there you go. He's probably deaf. All right, excellent. So you have...
That's right. She says she can't hear. I didn't know that. You're right. Go ahead.
I know I am. So, Georgianne, you rent the house out in the country, and somehow there's a family dispute and some psychopaths. Do they own the house?
No, the landlord here who's also part of the team likes to kill animals. And my daughter's from the town. Well, that's part of the animal abuse.
And well, that's not your issue. Then you call the police, and the police come out.
Yes, it is. They're my animals. They're all my
they're killing your animals. What kind of animals is
yes. And then they bred some more for me. Listen, they bred some more. I mean, it's a box office hit.
You know what? I'd love to stay on the phone with you. But unfortunately, no, I really can't because you're unfortunately, you're too much of a fruitcake. And I appreciate the entertainment value, Georgianne, but